some beef, but y'all got lucky. Y'all got lucky that y'all came today. Yes, okay, cool. We are streaming. So let's get this puppy started. Good day, Internet, and welcome to the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Shout out to Mr. Jason Quinones for getting this puppy started for us. Normally, this is hosted by La Bruja. She is currently, I don't know if I'm allowed to say, she'll say, but she is doing something positive. It's all good. So I'm going to be hosting this Thursday. Also, next Thursday, I believe she will be checking in later. And then after that, she has promised to return. And of course, I'm stepping in to help her because I get a first class seat to hold on to her coattails as she rises to the top. So people are coming in. I like to banter just a little bit in the beginning because I want people to come in and get settled, make sure that we watch, that everyone who gets to perform is watched and all that good stuff. So with that being said, let's do this. I put this little graphic together real quick. Welcome to the Thursday night online open mic presented by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Tonight, we are going to hear poetry, comedy, music, anything goes. Unlike the Monday night online open mic, there is no theme tonight, so share whatever your heart desires. As I said earlier, this is normally hosted by La Bruja. You can follow her on all the social medias at La Bruja NYC. And when you see that there is a J in there, that is not a typo. In Spanish, that is how the J is pronounced. Bruja, ha, ha. And of course, you can follow me at Advocate of Words. When you spell words, that's with a Z, WORDZ, you know, poetic license. On the left-hand side of your screen, you will see the Zoom ID 977-539-856. I am speaking specifically to the people who are watching us on YouTube. Unfortunately, for some reason, we're not able to stream on Facebook today. We are going to talk about censorship in a little bit. All right. I got some things to say. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you'd like to join us, 977-539-856 is the number. If you happen not to be watching this live, but you were sometime in the future watching us, lock that number in. We do this every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We'd like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help support us with a tax-deductible donation by going to www.neweurekan.org/contribute or to our Cash App, New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Our open mic list tonight is closed, okay? Our open mic list opens 24 hours before the show. So for Mondays, it would open up on Sunday. For Thursdays, it would open up on Wednesday. I got to update the graphics. Sorry, I don't do Thursdays. To sign up, you would visit neweurekan.org and you would click the full events calendar. Then you would click on the Thursday or the Monday you were signing up for. When you do so, make sure that you get the artist RSVP ticket. That's the only way to get on the open mic list. 24 hours before the show. So to sign up for Thursday, which would have been tonight, everyone had to sign up starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you do that. With that being said, okay, let's get out of this. Let's get out of this. Let's get to the entertainment. Like I like to say, I am literally getting paid right now to have all of you entertain me. My job is awesome. Welcome to Thursday night. Let's get it going. First off, if you would like to see La Bruja, she is hosting a show this Saturday. And the person who is first on our list is rocking out Azor. And that is the woman who will cut you with a compliment. Amanda, it is good to see you as always. Loving the hair, by the way, looking gorgeous. Please let the people know where they can find you online and then hit us with your fire.
Thank you for having me. I'm hyped for this weekend. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. I got new shit. I just wrote it. Fresh off the tongue. Let's get to it. Club Paradise, be a Yoruba priestess. Yemaya's imprint, intricately stitched, kissed after being bitten around her angelic ankle. The bitch is trendy. Not Fendi, but she wanna give first class dome in Rome, eyes of emerald stone, So we rub them with street heat back to life tonight. Dip these heads in Trevi's fountain, but not before arguing on the Spanish steps, since makeup sex be second best, even if a silver teaspoon of toxic we be of the precise concoction, the same slanted language, half Spanglish, half demanding, to never straighten the flavor, never skip the savor of this reckoning, this wrecking ball in mouth that caused all side views to get canceled, all hotel lobbies to mop, drench of sweat, caring less what Drake said, and knowing with this much phone sex, one better find a stronger supply of Wi-Fi. After working wizardry, we pop corks of frosted snow white wine under the moon's shallow, crisp river sky, poured from divine efforts, divine labors of triple lustered love. We sung as broken spirits looked for crazy glue in one salsa song and two backyard sipes, and one massage of mine that will stay in bones for lifetimes. Harlem shakes in DNA, barefoot, bare-souled, unmasked, rubbing hands under tables. This is how you learn healing isn't linear, but filled with sidesteps and distractions and rotating calls to action that sends us straight to voicemail. We get through in our dreams. When she became a priestess, they moaned this poem, said her life was too comfortable, said she couldn't discern laziness versus the essence to rest, but knew to never pit a priestess against a goddess, knew shattered glass would have a colorless comeback. When she became a priestess, she torched his castle Lisa Lopez style, stripped Chiron of empathy. He thanked her for centuries, while resenting she wasn't the onion making him cry when least expecting to baptize a fortress, an Ortiz funeral service of everything unrequited, a polygraph carving honesty between blinks, kinks blown tender, soft center of sacred vessel, trusted to strengthen muscle, trusted with his ritual, ruffled red feathers, form a new heart, form a new start. Thank you.
Let's get some finger snaps up in the webcam for Amanda. I saw that, Amanda is in the Illuminati. I saw that Left Eye reference. I saw that Left Eye reference, and we all know Illuminati is all about the left eye, right there.
You gotta burn shit down, okay? All right. Thank you for having me.
Wait, what was I want you to say that line again. The massage that you would feel in your bones for, what was it?
Damn, you're making me go back. What the fuck? Okay. We sung as broken spirits looked for crazy glue in one salsa song and two backyard sipes, and one massage of mind that will stay in bones for lifetimes.
Yes, I love that. I wish I wrote that line. I'm so mad you wrote it. I wish I wrote it. One more time, Amanda, where can they follow you online so that they can see the information to see you rock out this Saturday?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Medium, Amanda Ashley Villanueva. Yeah, thank you for having me, as always.
Thank you, Amanda. Amanda now is always signed up first on our open mics. Illuminati, man. That's why we had that Left Eye reference. That's how she's getting on. Illuminati. One more time, I am going to post into the Zoom chat the open mic list. I had posted it before. As the night goes along, I like to post like who the next 4 or 5 coming up. Shout out to Ray Jane, who's going to be co-hosting tonight, which means that if Amanda's people, the Illuminati, is trying to boot me out of Zoom, Ray Jane got my back and she will pull me back in. It's happened before, man. Mr. Tessa Somok is next. We are about to get our Tez talk. Let me unmute him. Mr. Tessa Somok, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your work, brother.
All right, brother. Folks can catch me on Instagram under Gaseous 2019. The title of my book is Gaseous, and you can get a copy of it from Amazon. We're going to OD on words, man. No pun intended. The title of this piece is Texas Ranger, Bangora, Straw Hat, and Manifest Destiny. Beyond defending Plato's metaphysics of presence, the presence of being is undermined by the maximal entropy random walk of heterotopic space. We are made workhorses via the strategic ignorance that we're fed. The flattening hierarchies of access to desire for access to and desire for knowledge. We are conditioned to desire not to know through a series of social mechanics, range of economics, genderedness, racializedness, and national advantages and disadvantages. The dynamism of ignorance coerces all social actors to refuse to know with equal conviction, motivations, or liability. You remember late 2019, quote, "I said to my people, slow the testing down, please," pointing out that too much testing uncovered too many cases. That's an explicit admission of the will to ignorance, rooted legitimate misanthropic anxiety over the facts. Jacques Rancière may have argued in The Ignorant Schoolmaster that there are no hierarchies of ignorance. The harbinger of the real, the ocular power, the stolen economic capacity of BIPOC people, the erasure of culture, language, ways of being, establishes a national privilege in between the boundaries of ignorance and power, the red lining between the economy of ignorance and the economy of knowledge. Which side of the tracks are you on? In 1968, linguist Alexander Goad performed a more accurate translation of a popular neologism, the Latin phrase pomum adami, literally Adam's apple. What he claimed was a mistranslation from the Hebrew of tapum ha adam, meaning male bump. In the Hebrew language, the proper name Adam literally means man. And the word for apple is similarly tafuk, which means swollen, appropriately giving us the swelling of man. The Adam's apple forms a bump under the skin, larger and noticeable in adult males, increase considerably during puberty. In females, the bump is much less visible or not discernible. It helps to protect the walls, the frontal part of the larynx, the vocal cords. Laryngeal prominence grows larger in men to form a larger soundboard, a phonation apparatus for speech. Some consider this phonocentrism as prioritizing speech over writing and the central mechanics of phallogocentrism. Phallogocentrism is a neologism coined by Jacques Derrida, now a critical theory of deconstruction. It refers to the privileging of the masculine phallus in the construction of meaning. Phallogocentric argument premised on the claim that modern Western culture has been and continues to be both culturally and intellectually subjugated by logocentrism and phallocentrism. Phallocentrism describes the way logocentrism genderizes by a masculinist, phallic, and patriarchal agenda. On 7/20/2021, we saw a babushka doll of phalluses launched into space at 66.5 miles up, a premature penetration, not to disappoint the malign complaint from women of only 10 minutes. When Catherine Clemens and Helen Zygmunt in The Newly Born Woman decried the dual hierarchies of opposition and traditional phallogocentric philosophy of determinateness, the premise of women's abasement, the earth as woman, has been colonized, literally and figuratively, phallocentric thinking. The phallus with the Texas Ranger Bangora straw hat, sweat stain, cattleman's crease, to distinguish it from a rodeo hat, demonstrating it's not just another rodeo. The hat additionally included the Gus crease with the pinch crease, a teardropping of the crowns for easily grabbing the crown and bowing it to the ladies, all for authenticity in a historically colonized territory like Texas. The ignorance of the oppressed is not just imposed from the outside, it's an immanent to their way of life. Tolling in the Amazon warehouses because of some epistemological limitation or animalistic will not to know, but because of a deep existential anxiety to be human. We must enter the fetishist disavow to function in our daily lives. We have to ignore numerous things, the power of the powerful to inflict their own will to ignorance on us.
Let's get some snappy snaps up into the webcam for that Tez talk. Mr. Testosomo, Gaseous 2019. Make sure you go give him a follow. Tez, is any of your writing, do you have it posted up like in a blog or articles?
I have lots of videos on the Instagram and then also on a bunch of my pages. So yes.
All right, cool. Because I'm sure, because you got the kind of thing that people are going to have to reread and re-listen to catch everything. Gaseous 2019. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Mr. Testosomo. Okay. Because again, I'm not accustomed to hosting Thursday night. I messed up. La Bruja likes to open up and unmute everyone so we can get wild and yell. So we're going to do it a little late, all right? But we're still going to do it. So I am about to ask, you about to get a message saying the host would like you to unmute yourself. I want you to click that unmute yourself and be obnoxiously loud and say hello to everyone so that we can fill the Zoom room with energy. All right, here we go.
Meow, meow, meow.
Hey, turn it up on Thursday. Hey, let's get it. Get it.
That's all I have to say.
Y'all are some loud mofos, my kind of people. All right, cool. So let us keep the ball rolling. Ron Mark Thompson is next. He's going to be out in Staten Island performing some poetry. Ron, let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your work, brother.
Well, I won't be on Staten Island, but Governor's Island, which is halfway on the way to Staten Island. That's okay. This Sunday with Paul Concasso, Nick P, Ray Jane, Cara. So I'll put that information in the chat after I'm done. And also Saturday, go and see La Brua and Amanda. I'll be there in the Bronx, So Advocate, I'm a little embarrassed to see you here on Saturday, because after you hear what I'm doing, you're never going to see me the same way again on Monday. So let's go. And for those of you who've seen me yesterday in The Word is Right, this is like a continuation of what I started yesterday. All right. I've got the harmonica blues, and no, I didn't today drink any booze. I'm just a happy, cheerful, smiley guy. I'm talking and flying high and dry. My words are silly, my lines are funny. God, I wish I could sing and make some money. Instead, I'm putting my rhymes into this poem here. Trust me, I'm sober today. I didn't drink any beer. At the campfire, I talk and roast a white marshmallow, but I love my smileys. I like the sun, I like the color yellow. Sometimes I recite a silly story, though not an urban legend. Please don't be mad or come after me with a vengeance. Whew, I'm out of breath. I can almost no longer play. Yet I'm happy. I feel good. I no longer feel gray. But I need to learn how to produce a better tune so my harmonica doesn't sound like a cartoon. I will end now. As always, let your evening be shiny and bright. I hope at last I made you laugh and smile again tonight. And I'm really out of breath. The end.
Get some big snaps in the webcam for my brother Ron Mark Thompson. Oh, he's putting the energy up. I love it. One more time, Ron, thank you so much. Let the people know where they can find you online. They're going to want more of you. Where can they get more of you?
Thank you. Well, if you don't mind my silliness, find me at Ron Mark Thompson or find my organization Bronx Art and Fun Up. Earlier today, we created mini scenes and I actually drew my own mini scene here. And this was supposed to be a dog, but it turned out to be an alien, that I did, with some quotes. So I do arts and crafts workshop, ekphrastic poetry and prose at BXAFH. I'll put that in the chat. And again, if you can make it to Governor's Island with the ferry, I'll put that information in. Nick, Paul, myself, Kara, and Ray Chain. Looking forward. Thank you, Advocate. See you this weekend or next Monday. Appreciate it.
Ron Mark Thompson, thank you, brother. Oh, man, love the... Let's just keep the energy going. Deadpan Lizzie is next. We call it Deadpan Lizzie because her style is like deadpan, but her words have so much life to it. Deadpan Lizzie in the building. There she is. Let people know where they can find you online, and then let's hear your poetry.
Hello, you can find me on Instagram, ES_Strauss, and my link tree is there with all of the stuff I do. All right, I've read this poem on a few different platforms, but not this one. It's called An Anxious Jill of All Trades. Once a week, my therapist reminds me to work on writing I am allowed out of my vocabulary. We work on valuing myself more. I am consistently saying we must value each other equally as we are all equal, but I so often forget to practice my own preach for myself. We talk about why I go on dates and have relationships with women and that my anxiety gets the best of me when I speak so confidently about my accomplishments. I am a Jill of all trades, and it sadly sometimes scares women away. Not all women, but the ones who I am most romantically interested in. I have been told my tank tops and beanies are intimidating. My I have no fucks to give attitude is the nail in the date coffin. I tell it like it is. They ask me to tell them about myself, and my casualness scares them on to the next train. Unless I bring up my anxiety. I have it like many others, and I am not ashamed, and never will be. But sometimes I wish I did not have to bring it up on first dates in order to land a second. So queer ladies listening to me spit my poetry, which is the only thing I do spit, I will never apologize for working my tail off, and you should not make me feel like I have to. I'm an open book. I have penned 29 chapters, and I'm currently penning my 30th. So please do not be surprised. I have a lot to bring to the dinner table. And if you want to date someone who is not well-rounded, then please stop swiping right on me. Thank you.
Put some finger snaps up in the webcam, Deadpan Lizzie. Oh, and I love it how I talked about like your nature. Now you're speaking about like your nature and the pitfalls of dating. The dating scene is rough. I don't want to get into it. Deadpan Lizzie, where can the people find you online for your poetry? And if they need to rent an apartment or lease something in New York City?
Yeah, so I do poetry and writing and real estate and producing. Like I said, I'm a Jill of all trades. ES_Strauss on Instagram. That's where my link tree is. And I will also drop it in the Zoom chat here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Deadpan Lizzie. Elizabeth Strauss, make sure you give her a follow. Okay, real quick. I have Nathaniel Beck next, and he is awesome. But before we get to Nathaniel Beck, I have to talk about this conspiracy. There's a couple of conspiracies going on. First off, the highlight reel from the Monday night online open mic. If you don't know, you need to be following me. Look me up, Advocate of Words on YouTube. We had the theme naked. Now, unfortunately, nobody got naked, but we understand. It's an open mic, right, people? We understand. But YouTube took it down. Then I hit them up. I explained to them in my well poetry self, and boom, they were like, you know what? We're going to put it back up. I was like, when? Okay. An hour later, they took it back down for the same reason. So I have to reappeal, okay? It's a conspiracy going on, man. Just want to let you know. You get involved in these open mics. We got some stuff, especially what we did last Monday. Anyway, so yeah, enough griping about that. I also have some good news about August. In August, we are going to be doing something that I have wanted to do for like 15 to 20 years, no lie. But I'm going to talk about that later, because right now, we're going to get back to the work. We're going to get back to y'all entertaining me, and we starting with Nathaniel Beck. Nathaniel Beck. I have to forgive my younger self. My younger self would have never been so excited to be entertained by a Green Bay Packers fan, but here I am, all grown up and mature. Nathaniel, let the people know they can find you online, and then let's hear your work, brother.
Hey, my younger self would have not believed that I would be dating a Chicago Bears fan. So, you know, like it's just what it is, you know. But the way that we all grew up, you know, and you guys can find me at NCBEK Poetry. I also have a link tree now, because that's like, you know, what all the cool kids are doing these days, and so it makes it a little bit easier to find me and whatnot. So definitely check that out. And yeah, here we go. My father once taught me that baseball is made up of legacies, and legacy is soil. Etch-a-sketching backyards against blue jeans, grass, a lightning storm, following each footstep home, and home is empty. White picket fence, no gate, all stadium, no team, just tight breaths caught in a vacuum called alone. And alone is boy, is boy, is boy. Is he a man now stranger? Come play catch with him. Turn leather skin of hands broken, clamp down till teeth made tender. Some words will make him soften. Call him fat, call him stupid, call him son. Arms, tree trunks for hitting home runs. Where do you run to when the home is where the hitting happens? When the ball is always in your court, when you've never had someone to throw it to? Where do you run to when bases are loaded like sorries you can no longer accept? I bet your abuse's sympathy wishes you had a pinch hitter. Pinch hitter is brother. Same blood, same skin, same story, writing its pages over different decades. Bruise is a card collection of best hitters you call family, you call strike, an echo chamber of stadium seating where no one's watching you. Strike, all fingers loaded, postmarked for Louisville. Strike, you are out. Outnumbered by years, fist finding their way through your family tree, outpaced by blood boiling at the roots, outsmarted by abuse now called father. And you see, fist is so much harder to see when it's shaped like a hug. And legacy is soil, stain stitching jeans you wear in your backbone, blood, a lightning storm beneath your skin, following each footstep home, and home was always family, always empty to you now. Thank you.
Get some finger snaps in that webcam. Nathaniel Beck, oh, dude is a beast. Dude is a beast, man. And I love baseball too. I love baseball, but then I also come from home domestic violence, and it's crazy because I'm working on the poem about the relationship with my son and how it interacts with baseball and stuff. So now I'm like, yo, I need to up my game, right? Nathaniel just made me up my game. Wait, one more time, Nathaniel, let the people know where they can find you online.
You can find me on basically all social media platforms. If you look up NCBEK Poetry, that's NCBEK Poetry. So check me out. Thank you.
Nathaniel Beck, oh, dude is a beast, man. Dude is a beast. Unfortunately, he's a Packers fan, but his partner's a Chicago Bears fan. Woo! World's trying to fix him. We're going to fix him good. All right. Jeff Cottrell is next. I'm going to keep picking on Nathaniel because it bothers Marissa Prada. Sorry, Nathaniel. Marissa's trying to protect you. Now I have to go at you harder. Jeff Cottrell across the border up in Canada. Jeff, where can the people find you online? And then let's hear your work, brother.
Right. JeffCottrell.com is my website. And I'm on Facebook and Twitter. And I'm scattered here and there on YouTube. You can just put me in the search thingy and see what magic happens. Okay, I got new shit. We need La Bruja to say new shit. This is called Simpatica Books, Inc. Dear Mr. Orwell, thank you very much for your interest in Simpatica Books, Inc. We have reviewed your submitted manuscript, The Animal Farm, and we have decided, regrettably, that it is not the right fit for our lineup. Although your novella is well written and has a few interesting ideas, we feel that it also has some serious issues and needs a lot of work. Our main problem with your manuscript is the characters, specifically that none of them is very likable. There isn't a single one a reader can root for. We feel strongly that main characters in fiction must always be likable and never have any flaws or do anything the reader might disagree with. Most of the pigs in Animals Farm are so nasty and power obsessed, and they do many cruel things to the other animals. They kill them, they lie to them and manipulate them, they betray them. How is a person supposed to relate to that kind of behavior? Nobody's like that in real life. And even the animals who are victims of the abuse, you don't feel much for them either, Mr. Orwells. They don't fight back or try to win the day. They just take all the oppression passively. That's so depressing. A reader needs to cheer somebody on to be a hero, but your book doesn't deliver that. Our other big issue with your manuscript is the story itself, that is just so unbelievable and unrealistic. A group of farm animals drive the owner away and take over the farm? Don't you find that a little far-fetched, Mr. Wells? A little hard to imagine? Animals can get a little rambunctious now and then, but they could never take over a whole farm like that. And even if they did, it's hard to believe they would run the farm so poorly. There's so much corruption among the pigs that the whole thing turns into a virtual dictatorship. I don't think that could happen even with human beings, let alone with animals. You're just not giving the reader much credit. Our team at Sympatica Books, Inc. is confused about your goals for Animal Farms. It's too violent and intense for a children's book, and it's too dark and pessimistic for a fantasy. We can't imagine what kind of market you're aiming for, or why anyone would want to spend their free time with these characters. But I have some good news. Our focus group of beta readers has come up with some constructive suggestions that may help you improve your book. First, instead of all those mean pigs, why not have one really nice pig? And give the nice pig a friend or two. I think it's sad that you never gave the animals any good friendships, but I bet the reader would love to see one. Maybe the nice pig has a cute little spider friend who weaves nice messages about the pig in her web, and that sends the pig on some fun adventures. Don't you think that would make a good kids book? I think so. And maybe the nice pig learns how to herd sheep, and he goes on to win a sheep herding competition. That would send an uplifting message about believing in yourself. Another issue. Our beta readers don't like the catchphrase you gave to Boxer the horse. I will work harder. Nobody's ever going to quote that. We came up with a better catchphrase. A horse is a horse. Of course, of course. See, now that's catchy and fun. That's what a reader wants. The point I'm trying to make, after the years pass and we're all rotting in the ground, the generations after us will remember only one thing about our literature. It's marketability. Please keep working hard at your writing. Maybe someday you'll get a lot better at it and write something worth publishing, Mr. Orson. Something with a fun plot and a likable hero. Like that nice Nancy Drew. Now she's a plucky little one. Why don't you give us a character like that? That would be swell. Sincerely, Sympatica Books, Inc. Books for people who don't want a challenge. Thank you. That was Sympatica Books, Inc.
Oh, some finger snaps in the webcam for Jeff Cottrell. Oh, he's so theatrical. I love it. I love it. If any of you have not read Animal Farm, go read it. It's not a long read. It's not a difficult read. And it is really freaking good, okay?
It's brilliant. And I think it's very funny, too.
It is.
Very funny.
It is. And then you come back to the YouTube page of the New Rican Poets Cafe and you can listen to Jeff's poem one more time and you can appreciate it so much more. Jeff Cottrell, Jeff, where can the people, one more time, where can they find you online?
One more time, jeffcottrell.com, Facebook, Twitter, and I have some work in progress fiction on wattpad.com.
Thank you, Jeff Cottrell. This dude's the man. I love it. I love it. All right, let's keep it moving. Also, he did mention something in the poem that was really important. If you are a writer who's struggling to get published, chances are it's really not about your work. Even people getting hired for independent movies, one of the first things they're asking for is, so how many Instagram followers you have? How many TikTok followers you have? It's all about the market and the money. So if you want to get published, get ready to hear the word no a lot and keep at it. And come hang out with us. We'll make you feel better. Next coming up is our very own Honey Trap, Paul con queso. So what's going on, Paul? Let the people know where they can find you online, and then let's get into your work.
You can find me at Paul con queso on Instagram. I'm going to be featuring this Sunday, not only at Governor's Island, but I also have a Sunday night feature with Funfa live with Ray Jane, Nathaniel, Elemental, Vasilios. It's going to be fucking lit. Storm Fam in the building, Storm Gods in the building, Men Who Heal, Sound of the Underground, Voltron Rising. And I also have to tag somebody in for this piece because I'm not doing it alone tonight. So I'm going to get a Storm Goddess on my side. So
Yeah.
you ready to muse, folks? Because we mutually muse up in here.
Oh, yes. I stay ready. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Mutual musings make magic hard to rein in, makes prompts pigeons messy like street birds, or premonitions. You see it, say it, I write it, we slay it, use the finest, most delectable words to convey its natural. When weather fronts aggregate cumulus, we complicate skies. We draw on each other's wells, sip, swish, spit, tongue-tied, uncoupling, must tell. Swallowing seeds, you implanting me, looking down on page, we insert an alien thought in your belly, demanding you project inspiration down deep, ideas perspiring, dripping to your feet. What collectively creativity achieves, a rolling of intellectual sleeves, a dropping of rules, exchange for rite and ritual, old language ticking the tides of your moon. I already drowned twice in the light of your crescent cries, running down your rabbits. I hold up in delectableness of your darker sides. We stay crafting new. Make me a plate, clocking out of drought. I'll be home soon.
Crescent cries staccato. We treat homecoming like a jazz gelato. Improvise with you on bass and I'll percuss drum. Wear hi-hat, notes thick to stick like honeycomb. Honey trap, tempo, honey. I'm home. Cue laugh track instrumental caught in that 50s WandaVision happy home maker stereotypical technicolor dream coat preparing thone for soothsayer deluge day rude as when the muses croon like sirens cries crashing semen skulls upon the rocks fractured holes like hearts clocking out drought. Like we knew, Issa antediluvian flood coming, Aurora Monroe's storm cloud rumbling, pulses lightning from irises and sky crack tremor from thunderous lungs. One plate done. We fix one another's second helpings, no leftovers. We never go hungry here. Masticating fear, take no prisoner, filling up gut with abundance. It's what's for supper and midnight snack. Fix plates like we aim to topple dictatorships. Olympic regulations made to suppress black excellence. Ever since John Carlos and Tommy Smith's proud fists raised on podium, it's evident they conspiracied theories against Shikari. We ain't sorry. We will take the baton and slap agenda from out, tight-fisted grip. Show them how to run this track, run it back. Fuck it, bring it back. Black, brown, yellow, orange, tan as revolution melds in mouths, not in hands. And it's a race against the doomsday clock, but we don't want to stop and watch tiny hands tick, holding finish line, ticker tape, trip wire. And yes, if they test our ire, we will prove positive for dope in our veins, loyalty, royalty in our DNA, gold in our bloodlines, and couplets uncoupling. So fuck their podium ever adjusting.
From this injustice, we move like we know it's just us, running against the grain. We never refrain from the rough, unrefined, unrefined diamonds. We tough. No, the sky is not enough. So we slap hands offering nothing. We know the difference between lack of reverence and being genuinely loving. So we push each other's buttons, turn each other up, kick each other's crutches. Stand on my shoulders if you need elevation. I'll stand in your palms, closed to fist, recombine, reconfigure this whole nation, conduct ourselves into a song. Lift your mic and make you sing.
Ayo, Queen, I muse you. You muse me. It's amusing. Or a shift, a whole mood ring. Push buttons, fix treble level, turn up the bass until tonsils tremble. Fast and furious level, exagerado. Started off racing, now it's space and time defying acts of bravado. They say do it for the family though, but we family, yo. They be imitating blood in, blood out in feelings like brooding pens of chicks with necks cut off, them chicken heads clucking now and swish, stir in mouth. We spit like eating watermelon down to rind seed inside. We gestate inspiration to germinate entire fields of gourd where roots ensure nourish meant to pollinate and to take root in this quest, love, for black thought, clearing cobweb cacophonies, demonstratively killing monsters in closet, cause we coming to break you off. We're getting started. We coming to break you off, yeah. And I will not apologize regardless. You know that you got us, coughing up storm god and goddess offerings through rain dance, precipitated baptism and thunderclap, skyfall and cumulonimbus like Shadi's python through hand tunnels, funneling tornadoes, touching down on eye of this hurricane, force of nature, forcing nature to nurture the earth. We've been buried in so long we forgot our very being was seed, only we could water to miracle grow.
We farm each other like we know just how deep the soil is, just how deep each rift must be, the unearthed gift we see. We've got conjuring in our speech. We open mouth and can't help but beseech. Ancestral's harmonies tear into your myths and make music out of it. We make miracles with these minds, fertilize with this love, water it daily and grow it up. Raise it right, compost these shadows, tilt your potentials to the light. If you feed us, we might unleash each other, reveal the darkness to the day, turn the world and end the night. We promise. Despite this overwhelming goodness, don't get it twisted. We fight. We climb on each other if the fight requires new heights. Can't stop our futures. They in sight. They bright. If you reach for my brother, I won't say he friendly, he bite.
Devour our deific delight. It's a shame you ain't got a storm in your forces field. Maybe go get you one. But is only one who can conjure such maelstrom from palm trees, dripping blood of Caribbean spilled. It's SOS Cuba still, and Puerto Rico libre. We ain't free until we free states of occupation and colonized nations. Our tongues of liberation aim to gift y'all with torrential downpour and soothe these generational wounds with palm so medicinal. So let's assume these musings are mutual. Globally, why can't we maelstrom conjure these new continents and place these penal colony colonizers upon it like some newfound Australia? Fix your face or fix your genitalia, that paraphernalia. Help us burn these trees like wildfired Australia. Oop, too soon?
Let us color in your cartoon. The stench of white supremacy, death flower when it blooms. A stink that maligns heaven when it fumes. We bust in tombs. We open these hearts and spell out these rooms. It's ancient, it's healer and patient. We patient, write our rhymes in the basement of society. We building nations, tallying the work, expecting long overdue payment. We ain't no complacent vagrants. We of the world, ain't no place we ain't been. We mapped this orb while the pale dwelt in caves. We were already weaving waves, collecting earth in our spools.
We buffoons build schools with verse, so consider us educational architects of real shit like we the feces, but don't call us facetious demons. We see them, we slay them. Jeep'll creep up, Jeepers creepers hit the three like D-book. Blessings, we manifest them, sink them, then step back and look at our palm 5 times on that Booker T. And yet we still be Chadwick Boseman, acting astonished by power surplus. Let Luma lend that to Puerto Rico, Cuba, Colombia. Everywhere our people are being threatened because freedom isn't innately given as inspiration is.
So we aspire to climb higher, elevate our birds, go broke for the forever we missed. We fellowship. A blessing to break bread with a fellow, step to mic and invite the broken on this spaceship. Though born on earth, we born of universe, constellations in our conversations. We name them, reclaim them, put our heritage on them, call them for healing balm, gather them, shout from within, drawing the without, never again without. All we ever needed was to jump back into each other's mouths, speak you into existence, knowing you won't let silence drown me out. Thank you.
Get some finger snaps up into the webcam for Paul Conqueso and Ray Jane. Paul Conqueso, he just held a workshop for the New York on the 17th. And now Ray Jane is going to host a workshop on the 29th. Make sure you follow them. It's RayJane.com, ITS RayJane.com. Go give her a follow at Paul Con Queso. Go give him a follow. Keep telling y'all to connect with the community. You could do stuff like this and get another workshops and other open mics and be hanging out in person and stuff. Make sure that y'all do that. Make sure you go give them a follow. Ray Jane and Paul Con Queso. Make sure you also put your info into the chat. Next coming up is, you know what? It's not right to make anyone follow that. So I'm going to give it a pause for a second. And I'm going to tell you that there are two things going on in August. One, we are teaming up with an organization we teamed up with before to host an outdoor open mic that is open to the public. It's very close to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Once I get more info, I will be letting you know. Later that night, we're also going to be doing something that I have wanted to do for a very long time. I started doing online poetry stuff and reaching people back in 2002. I had lost my job after September 11th, and I wanted to reclaim my city like a lot of other people. I found the Nuyorican Poets Cafe and found more and all this stuff, and the internet was popping. It was becoming more accessible. I have wanted to do an online/offline open mic, and we are going to do that on August 21st. When all of the details are put together, I will let you know. I'm probably already going to get screamed out because I put that out there, but I love y'all and I want to let you know. August 21st, we are going to have an in-person open mic in New York City during the day. And then at night, we are going to be streaming live from the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Half of the people on the open mic will be in the cafe. Half will be online, and we will be projecting them on our big projector. Oh my God, there's so much. I can't tell you right now, though. I'm already getting in enough trouble. Let's keep it moving. Ed Poetastic, save my job. Shut me up before I have to keep talking, man, because I want to say so much more. Follow me at Advocate of Words. When you spell words, that's what is at the end. Ed, where can the people find you online? And then let's hear your stuff, brother.
Sure, no problem. Well, you can follow me online at Eddie Foreman at Facebook, and you can find me at IG at Ed Foreman 92. And don't shut up, man. Come on, come up. Come, we're poets. We got the short. Am I right? Hey, Advocate, it's always nice to see you. You're taking us to so many worldly avenues. Time to break and boil the deep blue. I'm the fireman, so you know what I'm going to do. Please, little ones, rest your innocent heads. Please get off to bed. Don't want your hearts to turn to dread. So please, please, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So you know what I'm going to do? This is a classic. I love this one. This is called Soaked Dreams. This is called Soaked Dreams. My explicit thoughts dance in my head as I lay down on my bed. It's night. I'm seeing crimson red. Something scrumptious up ahead. This is going to be my old illustrated fantasy. Some erotica in this reality is to awaken our scorching sexuality, to elevate our sensational spirituality. As your naked body lay next to me, while we scream like horny banshees, hearts full of passion and sexual glee, while we bask in the deep velvet sea. You're so beautiful to put into words, while my hands scratch your file like a record. Now I can't wait for what's going to occur. It's something I can't put into simple verbs. Blimey seductive poetry draws you in my fantasy. It's okay to be jittery and antsy. I want to rip off your pink chastity to help me relieve my crazy insanity. Your eyes look while I'm moving slowly to touch something so bare and showy. Right now, we're going to do something so unholy to make us feel holy. My kisses touch your neck while I kiss every naked tiny speck. Slowly I peck, 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 soothing your clear sweaty deck. My lips admire every inch to inch while I squeeze and pinch. My dear, please leave your hands and feet unclenched while you flinch. I search for the spot that drives you insane, to burn your pains. Come on, baby, bring the eternal rain to rush those suppressed chains. I passionately wiggle my tongue between your legs while you pretend to be dead. I love sucking on your heels and pink small egg while you softly beg, beg, beg. Instant act for oral pleasure, bring out the wildest action for your quick satisfaction, trying to summon inner reaction to make your climax a main attraction. Your essence digests completely as you feel my erect wand inside your pink pocket extremely, as we shake, dance, and moan freely while I stare into your pale white eyes, sweetie. I massage your breast while I fulfill your hidden desire request. Honey, you look so possessed while I sprint my absolute best. I'm doing multiple positions to match your swirling situations. I'm doing crazy combination while I give you soft and bold stimulation. We're moving to a place we never explore while I bang on your door. I can't wait I can't wait to see what's in store while I break your burning core. I quickly pick up the pace to win this erotic speedy race. Quickly your hair on my face while our minds and heart get erased. I can feel your dam get ready to burst while I quench my thirst, loving you while you're about to squirt while we repeat the same verse. We paint the sheets while we spread out in a sway defeat. Honey, do you love your midnight treat that make us feel more complete? The sun flicker in our eyes while we bask in our azure skies. Our moody cloud dies while we sleep over the passing fireflies. Thank you.
Get some finger snaps into the webcam for that dirty, dirty boy, Ed Foreman, Poetastic. One more time, Ed, where can people find your filth online?
Oh, you can find me filth online because I'm your poetic guy. You can find me here. You can find me just about everywhere because I care. But if you want to follow me, DM me. I'll accept anyone extremely. My name is Eddie Foreman on Facebook, and my IG name is edform92. And remember, the mic is right. I'll be there to shine my erotic or my protestic insight. So I wish you all a safe and healthy good night.
Thank you, Ed Foreman. As we always say, our open mics have no censorship and our members like to push the boundaries. Ed Foreman, give him a follow, man. He ain't the only one who's dirty on here. He's just the first one who's dirty. Next coming up is someone who's not dirty because that hair is so clean. This man has glorious hair. I can't believe I have not fawned over it before, and that is Michael Sindler. Look at him blush. Michael, I don't get to see you.
I don't know where this whole thing about my hair is coming from.
I love it. I love it. All right, Michael, go ahead. Promote what you love to promote to our people.
I'm going to do that right now, putting it in the chat, lighthouseriders.org. And just to let people know, the new classes are coming out in just a couple days, either this weekend or Monday. They'll be up online, all the new 4 and 8 week classes that are going to be starting and other good stuff. So well worth checking out. And now for me, I don't usually say many good things about my home state of South Carolina, where I'm from. I'm very happy to live in Denver instead, but they did a good thing this week, and South Carolina has decided to get rid of the Bradford pear, which makes me really think great, because that's the one good thing about South Carolina is you got all these great, beautiful flowers and stuff. So why have those? So this is called Growing Menace. The worthless, no good, stinking Bradford pear once more produces blooms to foul our air. Though its pure white blossoms may look pretty, it's a bane to every town and city. Every park, every foul perfumed street in spring is lessened by its putrid reek. Civic planners, in contrast to their oath, have cursed us with this fruitless evil growth. From all specimens of nature's wonder, how could they make such an epic blunder? Even Joyce Kilmer, were he here to see, would hate this goddamn smelly, awful tree. And let's hope the rest of the country follows in that direction. And that being said, on the other side of the country, there are a lot of trees in peril right now, which is really sad. And, the California fire season has happened, which means the Colorado one's not far to follow. But so this is one that's actually about that. It's called Dancing Upwind. These are not the true colors of sunset, merging, muted, silent gray, fluttering ash, pollen of fire, silent sacrifice of wildlife, curved orange lines drawn, mourns brown, green hills turn carbon black stubble, beard at 5 o'clock shadow, lit lashes Heat mirrors red bald fall of day, burn, smolder, flake loose cups, throw entwine bone and bark high into infirm firmament, charcoal covers pastel, smooth smear smothers day, dusting dusk, poison paint, dry brush, elemental pigment, loose silk absorbs soot. These are dull but angry hues, disguised, ragged, costumed, mad trickster, let loose upon mountains, smoking soil, dancing upwind. And I'm gonna finish with something sort of positive. Amazingly enough, I haven't done this one here before, and I haven't done it anywhere for a while. It's called Fuse with Light. Do not be afraid. Life will grow in filth. Life will stretch fresh branches out, clothe itself in leaves. Do not be afraid. Life will burst from shadows into sweet petals, draw grace from muck, transform waste into wonder. Do not be afraid. Drop seeds are not lost. Barren fields give way to forests. Mists fuse with light. Do not be afraid. Okay, thank you all very much.
Let's get some finger snaps up in the webcam for Michael Sindler. LighthouseWriters.org. Make sure you go check them out. And you know, I know that maybe the other poems were maybe more important, but that first poem I love, right? Because like I have no idea what he was talking about, but now like I want to go look up this flower. What is he talking about? On Poetry could do that. Also, just to let all of you know, as host, there's a good chance I may objectify you. I don't care what your gender is, or if you have no gender, what your sexuality is, what your creed is, left-handed, right-handed. I'm going to, unless you're a Packers fan. Sorry, Nathaniel, I'm probably never going to objectify you, but I love your work, Nathaniel. I love your poetry, though. I love it. Okay, let's keep it moving. Next up, The Withdrawn. Look at that beard, man. Look at that beard. It's too hot in the summer for me to have my beard. I will be back this fall, but right now, holding it down for the Beard Brothers is The Withdrawn. Another man with a dirty mind. I don't know what you're going to get right now, but I just want to warn you. Where can we find you online? And then let's hear your work.
Thank you. Y'all can follow me at The Withdrawn on Instagram, thewithdrawn.com. Last week was La Tormenta's interlude. Today is La Bruja's interlude. Next week, one more casualty. Let's just say her name rhymes with plunger tongue. What's that other shit Drake said? Shawty, if you only knew. This is serious. I told you I'm trying to watch you shake that ass instead of that raccoon penis. I'm loving the legend that you are, and I can tell you some stories once you spread them legs apart. Only thing is, this mouth wasn't made for talking, and that's not what it'll do. One of these days, this mouth is gonna lick all over you. Shout outs Nancy Sinatra. But let me get back to you and not waste time on someone else I don't want as my lover. I'm sorry, I just had to come back to this beat. I don't know if you're vegetarian, but if you are, I'm just trying to bring you back to this meat. Next time you go to Puerto Rico, you don't have to go alone. Plus, I'll pay for your flight. Do some crazy shit like fuck you in the ass while we jump off the plane and skydive. Or chill on the beach, one in the pinky, one in the stinky. I promise this isn't a reference to your dog. What you care about, I care about. So if you want to give her a companion, I can hook her up with one. What do you say about a double date? You and I can Lady in the Tramp, the most expensive plate of pasta either of us have ever had. We can even keep it low key and pick up some Walmart rotisserie. You're a rare one. Like the shiny oddish back in the day my sister traded me. I don't know if I'm ready to meet you in the city. Might fan the fuck out and ask if you could sign the titty. Or if I could sign your face. Queen, you know me and that I was probably gonna come at you that way. I mean, we can 68. I seem to have been off a number, but Tanish will correct me with the +1. We see her ad in the Zoom chat every Thursday. Levi's did good by having you as a model. Next step in your career is prepping a little Nuyo Rico baby bottles. Trying to brew in you some more brews, because I mean, really. Tell me you can't picture a little wild card flying around the moon. If you say you can't, tell your mind I can change that. If you say you can, I'll come out to you right now in anticipation of this attack. I know I said if I ever got the chance, I promise I'd make your ass fall in love with me, but damn. At this rate, it's looking like I might be the one you're gonna have to catch. Thank you.
Put some finger snaps in the webcam for that filthy man, the withdrawn. And the crazy thing is, right? The crazy thing, and we know that as human beings, we still hold back just a little bit in our writing. So there is some much worse, filthier stuff going on in that head. But that's who artists are. I always tell people as artists are great to hang out with. Don't invite them to Sunday dinner. The Withdrawn, where can the people find you online, brother?
Thank you. At The Withdrawn on Instagram, thewithdrawn.com. And Ray Jane, I'm coming for you next week, so watch out.
The Withdrawn. Give that man a follow and give him some prayers, y'all. Give him some prayers. Next coming up is someone who encourages this kind of behavior. If you want to know, what is The Withdrawn do? He's been doing it for a while, but I feel like he's ramped it up ever since this person's become part of our community, and that is Marissa Prada. Marissa, let the people know where they can find you, and then let's see your poetry.
What is up, Nuyo? Happy freaking Thursday night. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you so much. Come find me, Marissa Prada, on Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on Instagram. You can also find me at The Word Is Right, WRITE. That's my platform on Facebook. We have incredible features coming up for you. Oh my God. And then, of course, Red or Green Books is my publishing house. Red is READ. I'm so super excited for tonight, but then Advocate showed up, which we love Advocate. But the poem I have tonight is for La Bruja and all of the women who are here tonight. So, just a shout out. I hope she gets a chance to watch this, because all of you ladies were on my mind when I wrote this. I wrote this last night as some new shit. And she would say it just like that, new shit. So yes, we're gonna get straight up in it. And if I missed your name, I'm fucking sorry. It just happens. All right. This is a poem. It is titled Be Still My Heart. This is for the women who fall in love with poets. This is for the women who pay the tab because we are saints on first dates. This is for the women who can't explain away they're gay or why they need dick and pussy. This is for the squirters and the dildo lovers, the do-me-all-nighters. This is for the women who let the bad kissers down easy. This is for you. This is for the women who take naked pictures of themselves even though they don't feel pretty enough. This is for the women who say, I'm sorry, way too much. This is for the women who wait and wait and wait on love. This is for the women who get the, it's not you, it's me. This is for the women who fall hard and fast and don't ever get enough sex. This is for the women who want to quit because they are tired of feeling their heart break. This is for the women who are afraid to cry because they may not stop. This is for you. This is for the women who put it all out there and get very little in return, who love penniless writers with disapproving families amidst a racist fucking society. This is for the women who chase paper as much as their dreams. This is for the women who love their pens more than your mind or your penis. This is for you. This is for the women who teach lovers how to touch, how to fuck, how to make love, who feel the need to convince lovers to spend time with her, to fuck her, to love her. This is for the women who say no, who stand up and revolt from the regular regulation of what fits between her legs. This is for the women who read old love poems from old lovers who couldn't handle them. This is for the women who bust their asses paying the bills to make his dreams come true. Yes, this is for the women who've been told they need a boss, a real man to take care of them. Well, I'm done waiting. I'm done teaching. I'm done loving mediocre boys to men with no end to the lesson plans in sight. I'm done. I'm done falling in love for no reason, with no partner, and only lazy lovers. I'm done. I'm done making his dreams come true. And I'm done searching for a boss because I am a motherfucking boss. These are for the boss women named La Bruja, Trisha, Roz, Ray Jane, Jane Spoken Word, Gigi, Miro, Catherine, Terry, Lonnie, Lizzie, Emily, Amanda, Domo, Luciana, Mary, Mia, Monica, Marilee. This is for you. So if there's a man who wants to step up, show out, I'm ready. Just know, you better be a motherfucking boss too. Fuck me, but don't fuck me over. Thank you.
Get some finger snapping in the webcams for that boss, Marissa Prada. I so appreciate.
I love y'all so much. Mwah!
I so appreciate the balance of that poem, Marissa. There were times that was like very like heartfelt and sincere and sweet and like socially aware, and then sometimes it was just like a beast. You know what I mean? It was just like I need to fill my primal needs too. I love it. One more time, where can the people find you online?
Marissa Prada on Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on IG. I also run the co-author The Word Is Right, WRIT on Facebook. We have live open mics, all kinds of stuff happening there. And my press is Red or Green Books. Red is READ. We're launching 20 debut poets and collections this year, including my own, Conversations with Grief. It's available for purchase. So come hit me up. Thank you, Advocate. Mwah, much love.
Thank you, Marissa. Marissa Prada, go give her a follow and say some prayers for her. She's a Packers fan too. Next, coming up, the man with the Hollywood good looks and the Hollywood good hair, Anthony Misiano. I told you I'm going to objectify everyone. Anthony, I am so happy that our filth has not scared you away because enjoyed your work last week. I'm happy to see you back. Let the people know where they can follow you online and then get into it, brother.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG at Howdy Anthony. That's Howdy Anthony on IG. And then the official announcement's not going to be made for a couple weeks, but I have a one-man show called I Squeezed Really Hard, and it is running for 2 weeks in September at the Wild Project. So if you go to isqueezedreallyhard.com, enter your email address at the bottom, and you can be notified when tickets go on sale. And I want to see you beautiful, amazing, brilliant artists there. You guys inspire me every week. So the piece I'm going to read, the new piece for this week is it's a dedication basically to the most important person in my life, and so it's for them. So here it goes. It's called Born a Shape. I was born a shape. I was smooth but defined, like the piece of a puzzle built to praise and to pine, but then the life it came, like a wave of the tide, washing edges and shaping me, and now undefined. And then my father came and struck a blow to the side, and then my mother left right after she lost her mind, and then my grandmother came, swooping me up inside. But by this time, my shape had changed beyond what was mine. I was so changed and scarred by what we simply call time. We claim it heals all wounds, but then it tows more behind, and shit surprise. Here's some other shit you can't reconcile. It'll be a while, my young friend, before you can smile, because I was born a shape, but this shape is anew, like the fractured and shrapnel-laden scribbles I drew. And then the years went by, and while life ran me through, my bitter heart never wavered from this dark point of view until I saw your face. And for a moment I knew, until I heard your voice and thought this probably is not true. And then you gave your love, swooping me up inside. My point of view was shattered. In your love I'm enshrined. I was not changed, but in your eyes I can see through time. I see my child's eyes and futures farther than mine. And shit, surprise, you're a broken piece. You're not from above, but our pieces fit and click and balance, struggle with love, because I was born a shape. As we all were like you, somehow our mangled edges make this puzzle of two. And then the craziest thing was how you showed me my life wasn't actually broken as long as I can call you my wife.
Get some finger snaps in the webcam for Anthony. Oh,
thank you very much.
I was awesome, and then the tears were coming on like it was so sincere and genuine. Oh,
she's a good lady.
It is not fair. You have Hollywood good looks, Hollywood good looking eyes and hair, and you have a supportive wife. And then that voice too, man. He got a radio voice, right? It's not Anthony. You're not supposed to look better than the host, man. I want you around.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
I don't have a hat. I can't. I don't have the.
We'll
nice,
get you
well,
a
I have
hat.
a little bit of this. Thank you. If I have
we're
a
gonna
hat,
get,
then
we're gonna get you.
compete,
I know someone who got some really good beanies. I'm gonna hook you up. Her
You
name
give me
is
a hat. You
Deadpan
give me a
Lady.
nice hoodie. You get me a good white backdrop instead of all my shit on the wall, and then we can talk.
Yep, we gonna make it happen. Anthony, one more time, where can the people follow you online?
On IG at Howdy Anthony, and you can go to isqueezedreallyhard.com, enter your email address at the bottom, and be notified when tickets go on sale about the one-man show I got.
Thank you, Anthony. Anthony Misiano, make sure you go check him out. And he mentioned Wild Project. The last time that the New York had an open mic that was outdoors, it was in front of Wild Project. So those of you who came, that's where Anthony's one-man show is going to be. And maybe that's who we're working with on the 21st that I can't tell you. Thomas Connor is next. Tom, I like to tease Thomas every week.
I
about
like the
baseball.
Mets though. I like those Mets though.
They're the only ones who letting it be known that there's baseball going on in New York right now. So I
don't count the Yankees out though. You guys are known for coming back. So let's see a Subway Series. How about that? I'd love to see that.
I would love that. With that being said, Thomas, let the people know where they can find you online. Now let's get into your stuff, brother.
Yes, you can find me at Thomas Connor at Facebook and TAC7371 at Instagram. Here we go. My imagination dreams of a new me, a rhythmic self, crafting a melody that all bodies can embody, unveiling beats that time forgot, flows that slip through lips, bars to reach stars, organized confusion. I, a sonic alchemy. I, a litany of chords birthed into thought my tongue douses, cleansing corridors that time forgot. These chords that only beatboxes and spit could connect to. A mambolero for my títeres that crowd corners to find space, saging the air so we can all breathe freely. And as you can see, they trying to stop us from doing that shit. I want to spit crips to bury sound into boom bap. Drop bars to corral ears. We've been doing this shit for years. Doing it in the dark, doing it in the park. Yet vision still present, a collective of voices free, never boxed. Never sold at 3 a.m. on some station you watching after getting high with your friends, getting by with your friends. This shit is golden. Jill Scott in the background, DJs with the get down. I want to speak of dreams deferred, spit dirges for the dead, words that burn curves in your mind. Shit so sick, twisted, cryptic, linguistic, but you know you love it, so I'm gonna come back and run it. Maybe not, or maybe later. Hey yo, Mr. C, hit the fader. Rest in power, Biz. Peace.
Get some finger snaps up in the webcam, man. Thomas Connor's becoming our hip hop historian over here, man. Thomas, one more time, where can the people follow you online and see a man who is happy that there's a baseball season going on right now?
Thomas Connor at Facebook, CONNOR that is, and TAC7371 at Instagram. Peace and blessings, y'all. All the poets today, magnificent as always. Peace, peace.
Thank you, brother. That is Thomas. He's also an ass kicker. I know he's like all gentleman-like and very like, that seems like a dude I want to hang out with. Man, he'll walk into your house and he'll find like 21 things he can kill you with. Next coming up is Kyla Garcia, aka Tukaya. Now I got to meet her last week. Where is she? She better be here because I saw last week. She killed it. Okay, wait, she's put there. She is. There she is. She murdered it last week, man. We need to take the evidence off of YouTube. If you want to go see our past open mics, you could go to YouTube. Kyla, it's so good to see you. Let the people know where they can find you online, and let's get into it. I'm ready.
You can find me at Kylark on Instagram and KylaGarcia.com. I'm also going to drop a petition in the chat. You'll see why after the poem. Please sign it. And I am coming to you from the unceded lands of the Salish people. Okay, and truth be told, this one was just written, so it's still finding its way. He wanted to float the river. I was searching for peace in the flow. Brought up MMIW, an exit ramp was where he wished he could row. Avoiding the emotion, too much guilt to hold. He said, why do you always focus on sadness? Can't you be in the moment, trust the beauty of life's glow? But I can't stop thinking of Kesera and all the pretty places she'll never go. Can't stop thinking about Selena Not Afraid and how her family will never know. I can't stop thinking about 14-year-old Henny and of course, 21-year-old Hannah. I can't stop thinking of all the missing and murdered women ignored by law enforcement in Montana. Yes, I'm currently traveling in a state that is number 5 in the nation for swallowing up our women and destroying generations. The Salish, Blackfeet, Cheyenne, and Crow. Tell me, with so many lost daughters, how did they bask in the beauty of life's glow? So I tried to float the Clark Fork River and take in the beauty of the stolen land. I tried to let the currents move me, following nature's divine plan. But I kept on contemplating how in a majestic place like this, I feel so other. Kept on fixating on how countless women who look like me are taken from their mothers. I married an angel ally, but he finds it hard to digest all this blue. He thinks he's making me feel better when he says, that's not your story. It won't ever happen to you. Growing up by the Hudson on Lenape soil, hell, I thought so too. And man, it's easy to see why. When I'm in New York or Jersey, folks don't look twice when I walk by. But here among the mountains of the wild, wild West, I feel a target on my back and an anvil on my chest. I hear the ghosts of buffalo, the first casualty of power's grip. I channel their hooves and power every time my heart starts to slip. In times of trouble, the buffalo instinctively stand together. They move side by side in the most brutal forms of weather. When they do, they're unstoppably strong, never walking alone, the herd moves as one. In the middle of electricity strikes, ominous clouds, and fatal storms, the buffalo walks straight into it. That is how they transform. I was trying to find a correlation between the buffalo and our women, trying to make it all make sense when I fell in the river and had to swim. Moving against the tide, it almost swallowed me up and took me in. Today, I could have just floated and stayed silent for a man's peace. But my voice moved like the river. It was rooted by the trees. I found a way to climb out and stand in a herd with the female ancestors in my blood. Buffalo hearts, I rise for them. Together, we're high above the flood. See, us women of all colors, we've got to move like lightning. We've got to rise together, even when the fear is striking. We've got to make our pens our swords, raise our voices like their wings, keep on fighting for our sisters and talking about uncomfortable things. I won't be silent for men. Won't let your discomfort end me before I start. My poetry is a stampede for all the mujeres in my heart.
Get some finger snaps in the webcam for Tukaya. Oh my God. I want you to be my spirit animal. That's what I want. I want you to be my spirit. Oh, I love it. I love that. And the word choice, not only the sincerity and the energy, but the word choice. Like, I'm such a nerd, poetically speaking. And I'm not trying to discount, what you're saying at all, but like your word choice added to it so much. And it made me feel like you're writing from the stance of like where you're coming from, you and you using that lingo and what's around it and all of them. I love it. Where can we find you online? Let the people know.
At Kylark on Instagram and KylaGarcia.com. And I'll drop the petition one more time for our sister, K. Sarah Stops Pretty Places was her name.
Thank you. Tukaya, oh my God. And then they loved your earrings. Make sure you check the chat. People were talking about your earrings too. They are fire. It's the only second time I've heard this woman. And I want her to be my spirit animal for life now. That's it. I mean, because she's married, right? So next person, spirit animal. Gemelissimo is next. Let's go. Mr. Gemelissimo, he likes to flirt with La Bruja. 2 weeks in a row, he's been unable to. Maybe we'll get him to flirt with me. Gemelissimo, where can the people find you online, brother?
Don't you have to flirt with me first? You flirt with Anthony, you flirt with all the boys, but you don't flirt with me.
I love your
hat.
Think,
you know what? I think I'm going to have to dress up in drag for you to flirt with me. I don't know what's going on.
All you need to do is slide in my DMs and only wear that hat. That's it. That's all.
No, slide in your DMs sounds like a horrible metaphor. I'm sorry. Sounds like something Eddie would have to explain to me. So,
Eddie, that's your next poem. Gemelissimo, where can people slide into your DMs and listen to your poetry?
Okay, I'm going to put it all in the chat because, as you know, on Saturday I have at 3 p.m. Eastern, I do have a workshop with Tumbleworks Project on Zoom, and that should be it. And then, of course, at night I have my birthday party with my Siamese twin Marissa at 8 p.m. So everyone can come, and if you want to read one of my poems or one of Marissa's poems, just text us on Facebook's Messenger, and we'll send you a poem. So I have 3 pieces tonight that are relatively short. Where the fuck did I put it? Okay, I think this is it. Oh no, that's not that. There it is. Okay. So the first poem is called Your Smile Never Ceases to Exist as Part of Who You Are. Remember way back when your smile was your calling card, when you smiled for more than happy, when you smiled when you were embarrassed, when you smiled through a lie, when you liked to smile, when you used your teeth for more than chewing. Remember when you were always on, then you wanted to dim the lights a little. Attention felt like high expectations that were unattainable. Then you reverted back to wallflower. You were on vacation when you were present and no one knew but you. Silence was a place of comfort for you but no one else. Then you crossed a threshold when people started ending sentences and conversations with you with question marks that would never have question marks in writing. Then you stopped going barefoot around family due to the myriad broken eggshells they left on the ground because it became mandatory to walk on eggshells in your presence. You felt hobbled by the unwritten rule that everyone else is allowed to stand up for themselves, but you must sit in the corner like Dennis the Menace as punishment for breathing. But when you breathed, you existed. Sometimes the act of existence is a form of standing up for yourself, even if you are unaware. Unwritten rules are unwritten and thusly incapable of being set in stone. The only things that are truly set in stone is that every human is composed of blood, skin, and bones, and every single person decides how to use their teeth. The next piece is called Stumped. I took a stroll through a recently clear-cut forest. Diameters of trees represented several generations of several species of flora that had lived in harmony until interlopers arrived with chainsaws and separated this botanical community of friends and families that never had to worry about long-distance phone rates, deposits for cell phones, or $1,000 plus smartphones with enough memory for a record store's worth of digital music to last through a commute, airplane ride, or walk around the neighborhood so they don't hear neighbors' hellos. The trees were trucked away, separated by age, size, and breed, taken to mills and factories to make lumber, paper, and pellets for heating houses. I saw a stump so wide with too many rings to count by eye. This tree was most likely a matriarch or patriarch, but only a small percentage of trees are not gender fluid. Male magnolias duct tape buds and blossoms to their branches, holding campy drag shows, lip-syncing Neil Diamond's You Don't Bring Me Flowers for the rest of the fluid forest denizens. But they still fertilize female mates they will never see, meet, or touch. They can only pretend to be prettier trees that are prettier because they have flowers. But this forest had no flowers, no leaves, nuts, or cones, nor squirrels, birds, nor other animals who lived and found sustenance in the trees that now exist as slabs too short to be called stumps, and roots trying to recreate their trees and preserve their community that will only partially find its way back to whole. And one more, what's in the rear view belongs in the past. Do you live life as if you are driving in an infinite traffic jam surrounded by ghosts? As if you are a Ford Pinto that will explode if hit from behind and your past is a garbage truck manned by a drunk driver? You look in the rear view, history is aggressively tailgating you, honking loudly. You switch lanes to let it pass, but it decides to hang to your left to flip you off. The odors of every lesson you've learned and every mistake you've made wash their way into your psyche. You are aware this is a ghost garbage truck. You pull forward, switch lanes directly in front of it, and stop short. Its ghostly phantasma passes through your Pinto and dissipates into another universe. Your psyche decides you are no longer a Pinto, but a cross-town local bus route that may not always be on time, but get you where you need to go in a few places you never expected. Gracias, everyone.
Let's get some finger snapping up in the webcam for Generalissimo. This dude is at everyone's open mic and workshop. He is fitting in where he can fit in. I love it. I love the patch, and I'm loving the hat too. I love the hat, and I love that whole thing you were talking about, the trees. Love it. One more time, Generalissimo, where can we find you online?
Generalissimo Brian Franco on Facebook, GNRLSMO on Instagram, and that's about it. And I'll put everything in chat again one more time. Gracias.
Generalissimo, thank you, brother. Real quick, I do want to share about our next open mic, which is on Monday, Thirst Trap. Oh, Facebook and YouTube is going to have a field day with this one. So if you want to sign up, it opens up. The sign-up list opens on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern at nuyorican.org. Next week after that is favorite word. After that is favorite book. You can find all of this information for our future themes on Monday night for the Monday night online open mic on my Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Just look up Advocate Words with Z. September 6th. There is no theme. That means we're only having a 2-minute special. For that one, you do whatever theme you want, only 2-minute special, because I'm trying to get like more than 35 people on this open mic. Also, if you were paying attention last week or this past Monday, September 13th had been education. I changed it to Ode to Your Voice. I did so because September 11th is, of course, we all know, at least, stateside in the United States, what September 11th is, but it's also the birthday of Miguel Agarin. And everyone, and I know there's been a lot of like Miguel celebrations, and I felt like, well, how can we honor him in a different way? Well, because of what he's done in his life work is about like empowering people's voices. So did it work? I want to hear from y'all, an ode to your voice. So just want to let y'all know I changed that. Next coming up is Holly Googe. Holly is all into this, man. I see you guys video cams when other people are performing. She's all into it. Her big, beautiful smile. I love it. She is popping on screen as always. Holly, where can the people find you online? And then let's hear your poetry.
Hey, everybody. So on Instagram, you can find me as Holly Googe, one word, Holly like Hollywood, Googe like Google, but no L, and Twitter and Facebook. So you'll find me everywhere. I'm sharing 2 pieces tonight. The first one is called Zombies, and here we go. I've been sleepwalking on myself, zombie life. Spent too much on the wrong instead of on what's right. Now I'm sitting here trying to keep my dreams from dying. Life feels like fast forward, rewind, and slow motion, flying. I won't cry for naught, gotta keep on going. Can't hold myself back nor sit in my slack or sit through more group chats just to speculate and dig back. It's time to work and strive. I've got to live and not die. If I don't truly speak my mind, it would be emotional suicide. But I be on that kryptonite, avoiding shit, trying to fit, gifts gathering moths and shit. They get stank, worse than the smell of garbage pits. It's so easy to sit in your shit when you think the world owes you much, yet you didn't do enough. So constipated with lies while stuck in apathetic complacency. Tough. I wasn't birthed into honor nor named with pride, more so a statement of love from one passionate night. I want so much, but it feels like there's not enough time, always racing, rewinding, fast pacing, and racing like a rat in the wheel, never stopping to breathe or affirm all of my zeal. Elusive, rushed love never thrives, only breeds confusion and hurt, nothing far from lies. I'll be wise to believe love can be for me, lest I try again with those who hold no reciprocity. I dream, I bleed, I birth, I cramp, I pain, I fly, I croak, I damp, I can't, I won't, I flee, I grin. I smoke, I dream to take me higher, that's grim. What's death? Not true, is it? For you? For me? It seems so scary to you. Why be, why breathe? Dare I even try? Why bother breathing when I know we're all gonna die? But what is there to lose? I've got the power to choose. So I'll choose abundant life versus existence on end. Get back to myself, won't fall asleep again. because time is winding up and we only live once until it is the end. And that's the first piece. And the second piece is called Black Beauty, Black Woman. Black Beauty, glorious Nubian queen, rise up and take your throne. You are royalty. No man or woman can deny the glory exuding through you. It comes from the Most High, so strong, vibrant, and true. Step into your destiny to reign and to rule, to nurture and nourish, and take rest too. Tend to God's creations and tap into your divination as you birth and raise your nation with your king or queen. That royal love that makes angels sing praises to God that echo through heaven, hitting Saturn's rings. It won't come without trials or tribulations, fighting temptations, toxic traditions, and pride. Buried deep in the subconscious are dirges of generational curses, constantly cycling until readily broken. You're divinely covered, protected by God, whose love runs deeper than the Nile and stronger than the Kilimanjaro. Breezes of everlasting peace, quieter than soft drum beats, warm as a spring day, surrounded by songs of blue jays. You are royalty, greater than what man can conceive and higher than what man can reach. Embrace your own greatness, take action, and please cause the scene. Make moves boldly that society won't even dream. Be strong, be free, be soft and fiery. But please believe that you, Black Queen, are legendary.
Let's get some finger snaps up into the webcam for Holly. Oh, look at the little dance. She's doing, give this little dance.
So
as well.
little vibe.
I love it. I love it. I love your cadence. I love your energy. Holly, one more time, where can the people follow you online?
You can follow me at Holly Googe, Holly like Hollywood, Googe like Google, but no L on everything.
Thank you, Holly. Make sure you go give Holly Googe a follow. You notice, right? Last week I mentioned how beautiful her smile is, and now she got all her lipstick done up. I know it's not for me, but I'm the host. I like to think these things, all right? You know, I like to think these things. Okay, Joski has given up his spot, which is a shame, but I hope all is well with him. And he's got some beautiful hair too, man. He looks like he should be like in Lord of the Rings, saving a castle or something, right? But if you haven't heard Joski's music, I like to tell people, right? Like, it's like you feel like you want to smoke a joint and then go tear some stuff up and start a revolution, which is tough to do. Who wants to do anything after smoking a joint but relaxing? Yo, Joski's work will do that to you. Hope all is well with him. So we are going to go to Karen Schlesinger. Now, we can't offer anyone any stand-up comics, but we got a sit-down one. I love Karen. Karen, let people know where they can find you, and then I'm all ears.
Okay, I'm just here. I'm not on any social media, so here we are. So I just wanted to tell you, when I started doing this comedy stuff, I told my son about it, right? He said, but Mom, you're not funny. Well, I'm so glad to see all of you tonight, and I don't really care if I'm funny or not. I'm so happy because I have something to share with you. A miracle has happened. At this ripe old age of 66, I have found the love of my life. His name is Chris. He's tall with blonde hair and blue eyes. No, Ma, he's not Jewish, but he gets me, Ma. He just looks at me and he knows exactly what I need and how to give it to me. When he runs his fingers through my hair, I feel as beautiful as Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. And this is the best part. You're not going to believe this, but one day I found that I wasn't satisfied. It wasn't easy, but somehow I had the courage to tell him. And do you know what he said? He said, I'll do it over and it will be perfect. And he did it. And it is. Genius like his should not be hoarded, so I share him with some of my friends. He's that good. Thank you, Chris. You're the best hairdresser ever. Have a great time with Joseph in Puerto Rico. Beautiful job. Thank you. And now I'm missing a page. Oh my God, I'm missing a page. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to the next thing. Okay. It's about, I have heartburn and acid reflux, and I've had it for a long time. and I tried all kinds of things to do and nothing worked. I took, Pepsid and then this omeprazole stuff that you have to take a half an hour before you eat. And then if you eat and you forget to take it, and then you can't take it, and it's all crazy. But I found the two foods that are best anti-inflammatories. I found this doctor, and he said that watermelon and cucumber are the best anti-inflammatories. Watermelon, really? It's actually good for us, yay. But I'm not sure about the cucumber. I never was much of a cucumber eater. It's too bitter. And cucumber, I found, comes in lots of shapes, sizes, and texture. The first thing is it has to be hard, okay? The next thing, okay, so you need it. So here's one. It's nice and firm, but look at this size. I don't think I can handle all of that. Okay, so this one is nice and firm, but it doesn't, can you see? It looks like it's got like pimples or something, I'm not putting that in my mouth. But this one, kind of like Goldilocks here, I think this one is just right. So I'm gonna see you later. Very nice. And then the other thing the doctor told me was about if you want a snack, like not to eat any processed sugar, of course, but if you want a snack, a banana. A banana is the best snack ever. I think I'm liking this diet. Sorry, I lost the page.
Throw some finger snaps up there for Karen.
Thank you so much.
I saw that extra stroke on that third cucumber. I saw that. It's the details. It's the details. I love it. Karen Schlesinger, our very own sit-down comic. You can't find her anywhere but here on Thursday nights. Karen, make sure you keep coming back. I'm gonna make sure that Bruja has more gigs so I can come back and host and listen to you. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you so much.
Karen Schlesinger. Y'all saw that, right? She gave like that. It was like that third cucumber got a little bit of an extra nudge right there. We see that. Okay. Selena Tibbert is next. I hope I said that right, especially since I am in love with her brick wall.
It's Tybert.
Tybert. I knew I messed it up. I knew. I'm so sorry.
Everybody messes it up. It's fine.
I'm so sorry. And yes, she is a singer, guitar player. Oh, I'm excited for this. I remember. Okay, Selena, let the people know where they can find you online. And then
just my name, Selena Tybert, on everything, YouTube, Spotify. I'll leave like a link tree, I guess, because that's the new thing now. And Instagram, Facebook, stuff like that. This song I'm gonna play. So the last couple weeks that I've just played like newer stuff. So this is kind of an older song, and it's actually on an EP that I released like almost a year ago. So it's actually online. So if you like it, you can go listen to it. It's called Running. Out the window I spy treetops rolling by. It's falling out the corners of my mouth, and I start to smile. Circles around coming soon. Let's cut through rainy June, staring at the currents in the ocean, and I feel you sigh, running, feeling the engine pull me down. Outside, wheels in circles round and round. Cave in, feeling right again. I'm
Get some finger snaps in the webcam for Selena Tybert.
Thank you.
Oh my God. I know I said this last week, but it's so true. It's like when you play, it's like so effortless, right? Like I'm a poet, but I like working with actors in theater because they practice and rehearse so much. And then when they're on stage, it's like effortless, like it's just in the moment. And you have that, like, of course you're talented, but like, it's just, oh, I love it. I love it. Selena, you are a master in your craft. One more time, how can the people follow you?
Just my name, Selena Tybert, on everything, Instagram, Facebook. I just put my link tree, so it has like Spotify and Apple Music and wherever you listen to music.
Awesome. Thank you, Selena. Selena Tybert, and that awesome brick wall in the back. Like, how awesome is that? I love it. I love it. I love it, man. Oh, yeah, I enjoy hosting. Y'all entertain me. Okay, Julian Matthews, is he here? We got to hear Julian last. Yes, he is. From, I believe it's from Malaysia. Let me see. Am I right?
Yeah.
From Malaysia, yes. I can hear you, Julian. Let the people know where they can find you online. Let's hear your poetry.
Yeah, you can find me by searching Julian Matthews on Instagram. So humbled to be here. Thank you for having me. This is called Broken Jigsaw. To my son. Broken jigsaw. I'm broken, but so are you. And everything broken can be fixed. You just have to gather up the bits and super glue them together. They won't fit just right. Not yet, at least. But it'll hold up for now. I'm broken, but so are you. There are pieces missing because this ain't no Christmas jigsaw gift. It's not a 1,000-piece picture perfect puzzle. Certainly no Mona Lisa, no Swiss Alpine scenery. It could be 997 pieces or 998, you never know. And the pieces don't always connect either. But people are a puzzle though, even to themselves. But you don't have to solve it or resolve it, at least not yet. I'm broken, but so are you. We may be fractured, but fractures heal. We may be fractured, but fractures heal. We may have defects, but we're not defective. We may have defects, but we're not defective. We may be damaged goods, but we still can be delivered. We may be damaged goods, but we still can be delivered. All returns are accepted here. I'm broken, but so are you. After a while, you grow the gift of glue that'll keep it all together from the inside. Don't let your bits make you bitter. Don't let your bits make you bitter. Embrace your fragile fragment. Embrace your fragile fragment. Find joy in your jagged edges. Find joy. Share your shards with others. And as the poets say, make peace with your peace. You're all a part of you now. I'm broken, and so are you. Maybe if we ever come together, we can crack the code to this puzzle. They'll make us both whole once again. Thank you.
Finger snaps in the webcam for Julian. I always appreciate when artists are vulnerable. It is so tough to do. Thank you, Julian. One more time, how can the people find you online?
Julian Matthews on Instagram. Thank you.
Thank you, Julian Matthews. Make sure you give him a follow. He rocked out last week again. You could go on YouTube and look at all our past open mics. And I also liked how there were some lines he repeated as if he was repeating it to himself, as if he was trying to like convince himself. And then later on, like his voice got lower and lower, like it was becoming tougher to like convince himself. But I don't know if he meant that. I'm the audience, right? That's how poetry is. It's interactive, man. Okay, loving it. Next coming up is Roz from the Bronx. We love Roz, but I got a beef with Roz because Roz signed up on Monday and she was on the waiting list. And then Mr. Paul Skiff gave up his spot because he wanted to hear Roz, but Roz was nowhere to be found. What's going on, Roz?
Sorry. So through her big brown eyes on Instagram and Facebook, it's been rough for me. Some of you know I lost my grandmother yesterday. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. She had a stroke 2 years ago. And she was in vegetative state until she passed away yesterday. With that being said, this piece I edited since her passing, and I renamed it Eternal Rose Part 2. And it goes like this. A threat shook up the tree from which the fruit sprouted. Are bearings even worth it if they're the only thing left behind? An unexpected turn, the future was permanently rerouted, and we are left to find comfort in the memory of your laugh echoing in our heads. You're now gone, leaving our hearts to yearn for our eternal rose. Your smile reminded me that in a world full of darkness, there was light. A woman so strong and willing to fight, a sense of humor that reminded us where we got it from. We prayed that your journey was far from done. You were fierce yet gentle, your beauty transcendental, forever our eternal rose. That giggle, stories for days, night after night, we'd pray for you to stay. Your scent unforgettable, you irreplaceable. I would give anything to see you back on your feet. Memory turned reality, more lipstick stains on my cheek as traces of your love. I would lend you my lungs just to watch the rise and fall of your chest again. If I could talk to God, I'd have a few questions for him, like if church was only fun when you were in it, then why did he call you home? If your jokes would make our sides hurt to no end, then why would he rob us of those endorphins? The answer, indigestible, painfully understandable. Heaven couldn't wait for you. And suddenly I realized I'm jealous of angels. And poem.
Let's get some finger snaps in the webcam for Roz.
Thank you.
Roz, I am so sorry for your loss. I see the
Thank you so
whole
much.
chat blowing up with that. It is never easy to lose family. And the poem was awesome too.
Thank you. I'm
The
gonna be
crafting of
performing
it.
that in the wake. I don't know how, but I guess this was practice for that.
Well, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. And we know you, we know how you get down with your words. So, you know, we know that you're gonna add some energy and good memory and
Thank you. I
you know,
appreciate you guys. I love you guys so much.
So, and I'm sorry about joking about missing you. You know, I just love you and I just wanted to hear you on Monday. So please don't be mad. It was just an ill-timed joke, but it meant so good. I meant it well.
Okay.
Thank you, Roz. I love you. I
Love you
appreciate
too.
you. We like people are saying we holding space for you. I'm so sorry. I'm wishing you and your family nothing but strength right now.
Thanks.
Roz representing the Bronx, a mainstay on the Monday night and Thursday night online open mics through herbigbrowneyes.com, on Instagram at through her big brown eyes. And she's got some other things going on too. So make sure that, you know, you give her a follow, man. Make sure you give Roz a follow. She's from the Bronx. She'll come cut you, all right? She gangster. Next coming up, we have someone, I don't know who it is. I don't know if she's ever been here on Thursday night, but her name is Hadia. Let me unmute her. And it looked like she was wiping away a tear. I think she felt the poem too. Hi, Hadia. Am I saying your name right?
You are saying it perfectly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Where are you located?
Right now, I'm located in Queens, but I'm a Brooklyn girl.
Oh, okay. So New York City. That's what's up. That's it. So it's the
Always.
first time on the Thursday night online open mic?
It is. First, my condolences, Roz. Your poem, I was in tears. I feel you. Grief doesn't get lighter, we get stronger. So you'll be in my thoughts and prayers. Yeah. So this is my first time here. Not my first time doing spoken word. I used to do it back in the late 90s. And I just went into that corporate box and had myself shut away writing here and there. The work has been flowing through me, and I ended up putting together a book of poetry. It's called Even If. It's a memoir, and I realize it's really just the beginning of sharing the journey. I do have, I'll put it in the chat. Everything is brand new. So the social media, Facebook, Instagram, the website, it's Even If Memoir across all platforms. There's only one website that has some of the short things that I wrote, a blog, and I should move that over to the evenifmemoir.com. And all this was created in the last week. So I realized that I need to get back to my love, and that's one of my loves, and sharing the words that I have to share. Most of the stuff I write is spiritual. And it's going to be obvious. So again, thank you for having me. I'm really haven't done this in front of anyone but my two sisters. So shaking. It's called Walk With Him. Draped in the blood of Jesus, wrapped and swaddled in his love, grace, and mercies. Devils may try to curse me. They can't touch me nor hurt me. My Father made me worthy, so I stay thirsty. Living water, shed blood. That's how he birthed me. His life, how else can I live? My life, what else can I give? Mind, body, spirit, soul, take it all. Excavate this vessel, only you make me whole. My past, unknown knowns, burnt ash. New heart, new home, my destination, a golden path. But right here is the hustle for you. I'll run on broken glass. My love for you and the weight of this world clash. But you always, forever hold me fast, despite every fall. When I ran, hid, fled, soul rotted inside me, dead. If not for your life, for every word you said, mind lost, dead outside and in, because I didn't make you head. There were demons' demands, bondage from bloody hands, shame, hate, abandoned faith. How could I stand? You grabbed my hand. Before I could walk, before Buchanan's and Bobbitt's had thoughts, before the devil's snare had me caught in the womb is where you taught. Planted seeds only you can grow. Told me mysteries only you could know. Made me curious for what only you can show. Now I see, ears hear, to whom would I go? I'm all yours. And you are you all by yourself. When I was called a lost cause, you were all of my help. I found the love letters you wrote me to me. Tears welled up inside me, a monsoon of hope. God is dope. There's no rope for me to be at the end of. I'm holding on to he who won't drop me, not an imitation of failed copies. Who can stop me? My God's got me. You are faithful to the fallen, even when we keep falling off. My God, Jesus, the highest cost, not some purse, whip, watch, or trip, but the cross you carried and endured the whip for me, for us, for you, for we are not our own anymore. Living water, shed blood. Can I just have a sip? I can't sit, stand, or kneel. My only posture is face down on the ground. That's still not reverent enough. My words can't honor your glory, but I beg for just a touch of the hem of the garment of my best friend. I can't wait until the end. I need you now. He's the only place I can give. My life is all I have to give. There is nothing that is mine. It's all his. Earth, moon, wind, waves, stars, you, me, all made in his image. Do you know who you are? He said, here's life. You're no longer dead. You're set right, because that's what I said. Despite my sorrow, my past is still dead tomorrow. Despite the wrong I intended to do, he hears my cries when I holler. Determined to reclaim me from a world that bruised and maimed me. Never once thought I was too damaged, too dirty, too filthy. He made me worthy. When my only prayers were tears that stream, when I thought heaven was just a dream, when I was blind to him and to others, I was just mean. He still saw me and said, she's with me. You can't see wind. It uproots trees, knocks down buildings, and tears off chimneys. You can't see it or touch it or peel it or pluck it. You can't put wind or him in an empty bucket. There's no measure. He never runs out. When we run away, he's on the other side. Don't dare for a minute doubt to lavish and love us. That's the business that he's in. God is love. That's what he's all about. I don't need his resume. He wrote the book. No matter what I do, where I go, what I say, if I turn up and say I mean I'm sorry, past sin, he won't even look. It's right here in the book. In here, the love letter he wrote us. Came to fix us where people broke us, changed my mind when I feel hopeless. The only price is that I stay focused on him, walk with him. He's the only way, the only truth, the only light. I was born wrong, and wrong was sometimes how I live my life, and I'm still wrapped and swaddled in him. My rebirth right, because I'm with him. Are you ready to begin? Just say, yo, Lord, I see you now. Jesus, I hear your call. The sin, my shame, my hurt, the blame. Lord, please erase it all. Lord, my door is open. Open yours. Jesus, can I get on your list, please? Let me in. Just tell the Lord, I'm ready. I'm ready to begin. He walks with you. Now walk with him. That's...
Get some fingers snapping into the webcam for Hadia.
Thank you.
Taking us to church, Hadia. One more time, let the people know where the people can find you online.
Even if memoir on everything.
Awesome. Can't be a stranger now.
I will not. And again, I still got the bubble wrap on me, so everything is bare bones, but I will be filling it in.
I like that. I still got the bubble wrap on me. Thank you, Hadia. I appreciate that. I love me some poets. I still got the bubble wrap on me. And Normie would be like, what does that mean? That she just came out the box. That's what it means, you normies. All right. We got time we're going to get into one person into the waiting list, and that is Rivki Gansberg. I want to shout out Antonio Serrano and Alexis Garcia, who are on our waiting list. And I think they just started on Monday. Sorry we couldn't get to you, Catman Bill. I love me, Catman Bill. I only get to hear him on Thursday. I'm sorry we couldn't get to you. Elemental, you can check him out. This dude is fire. Elemental.com. And you spell elemental, take the T out, put the 2 in. Then there's Dwayne Holmes, who we're not getting to. I'm sorry, Dwayne. Iris Morales. I've heard Iris here on the Thursday night before. Iris is awesome. Sorry we can't get to you. But we're going now to Rivki, and I think Rivki's here. Let me see. I don't see Rivki. Rivki going once. Rivki going twice. Nope, I think Rivki left. That means Iris is here. Oh, we get to hear Iris after all. Yes, Iris stuck around. I was looking for Rivki and I didn't see. I was like, yo, Iris, don't log out now. Just because I said we're not getting, don't log out. So here we go. Iris, let the people know they can find you online, and then let's hear your work.
All right, you can find me in IM_artista_ or Lil Wicked 01_1014. So I have three small poems. This one is dedicated to my dad that next month is gonna be his anniversary that he passed away. So, Daddy, the day I heard of your passing, I felt Oya's energy for the first time. The crown of my head was ripped from my skull. My feet gave out. My breath skinned the edges of my rib cage. My spinal cord collapsed. I shriveled up like dead things do. You walked with your demons while you made sure your children became the masters of their elevation. How did I not know you was drowning? Your memories flash in my mind, riddled my body like lightning. Then the proclamation of thunder, my head jolts back. I screamed your name. Second poem. You should have named things you don't intend to keep. A name is life. A name is a vibration, an essence. A name creates revolution, chaos. A name is an open wound. A name is love. A name liberates ancestors. A name is a bigot, a savior. A name is a beating heart. A name is the first cry of my son, even if he didn't come from me. A name, it's irresponsible, naming something you don't intend to keep. Mama, you shouldn't have given me a name. Third, I look at myself in the mirror often. I take my time staring into my brown eyes, nose, lips, hair texture, ears. Sometimes I still try to find my biological father's features in my face, but it's mostly mom's. Features of a phantom. Thank you.
Let's get some fingers snapping up in the webcam for Iris Morales. Oh my God. Iris, I don't know how you're feeling at the moment, but it sounds like you were going through a lot when you wrote the pieces. So I'm sorry you went through that. But fuck yeah, were those poems rocking, man. Oh my God. And then how you left the first one, you left the first one just like in anger and hanging. Usually like the poet will come back down. I'm angry. I'm just gonna stay. But you just like left it there and you left the audience to hang with that. And I thought that was so awesome and moving. And then the name, oh my God, the name. Oh, I could go on and on about it. I am so happy we got you. I'm sorry we didn't get to Rivki, but I'm so happy we got to you, Iris. Iris, let the people know where they can find you online.
Okay, so it's IAM_artista_ and the second Instagram is Lil Wicked 01_1014.
Iris, thank you so much for sharing. Again, I am so sorry that you know you are going through or have gone through those feelings, but those poems were fire, man. I got to get off this and go write and upgrade my shit now. I can't host and have this kind of fire. Iris, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Iris Morales. Oh my God, they were so awesome. I love that. I love that. Okay. So usually Monday night, we close out with the Good Night Sweet Poem, Good Night Sweet Poem. But it's Thursday night, and I want to do that. But I kind of feel like maybe what we should just do is unmute everyone and let y'all go wild and scream out the last of your energy. So before we do that, I want to once again thank Ray Jane for co-hosting. Thankfully, Amanda's Illuminati friends didn't kick me off Zoom, but Ray Jane had my back. That's why they didn't kick me off. They knew Ray Jane had my back. It's RayJane.com. You could go find her there, itsrayjane.com. Remember, this Saturday, there's some of our poets who are going to be at Governor's Island, that's Staten Island. And then Amanda and La Bruja will be in the Bronx. Make sure you reach out to people. And of course, New Rican Poets Cafe. Look up New Rican Poets Cafe on Facebook, YouTube, all of that stuff. And follow me, Advocate of Words, at Advocate of Words. I'll give you info about what we're doing August 21st and other things coming up too. So with that being said, I'm going to unmute everyone and you say goodnight and be obnoxiously loud. Go ahead. Night.
Good night, everyone. Poetry, y'all. Way to rip that.
Night, y'all.
Wah, wah, ew, ew, wah.